easy. They fold up and they unfold. So today, this is their 4-tier large rack. Now this is a this day only price. It's $124.95. It's on 5 flex, so you're getting a couple of extra flex today for $24.99. Maybe it's for decor, maybe it's in the garage, maybe it's in the storage unit that you have. And what I love about it is those caster wheels. So take a look at this, right? This is what a lot of us have. We have these stacked on top of each other, and then we run out of space. But if you're using it like this and you keep the wheels on, now all of a sudden, I'm just moving it out of the way to get to whatever's behind it. And now you're asking me, well, how much weight can I actually hold on there? With the wheels on, so you can roll it around, a total weight of 300 pounds. Now, if you have it sitting still, you know exactly where you want to put it and you want to take the wheels off of it, we're talking 1,000 pounds in these. This is why they are so popular. Let me take a look. You have over 2,700 perfect 5-star reviews. So head over to hsn.com while we're talking about it and read some of those reviews. Customer pick, this day only. Let me show you the colors that you have to choose from, because these are what we are down to, because these are always very popular. This color right here is the pewter. I know on the screen it looks like a dark gray, but when you get close to it, it has a little bit of that texture. Next to me here, this is the bronze. It's a beautiful bronze color right there. If you have it, oh, this is most limited too. I'm sorry, how many, Dre? Whoa, 270, only 270 in this. If you've got those hardwood floors, this might look beautiful out there. And then all the way down here on the end, this is the white. Maybe you are using it in the bathroom or the utility room. This is that really clean, classic white. It's a this day only price of $124.95. From Origami, let's bring in our friend Lou Caputo. Lou knows how much I love these, how versatile they are, and how it allows me to kind of move them around and change my mind a little bit.
You know what, Hi? That's what it's all about, changing your mind. You know what I mean? One day these could be storage, the next day they could be decor. It's really whatever you want it to be with Origami. You know what's interesting about this one? We were talking about the reviews earlier and how thousands of reviews, 5-star reviews we have, which is amazing. But you know what? We've been selling this here for a decade now, which how many products can you count that have been sold here for a decade? The only one I can think of is this. Now, I want to show you how it works, because this is what it looks like when it's fully open. You're getting 12 linear feet of storage with this, but if I compact this down, watch this. This is what it looks like when you put it away or when you get it at home. It's going to come flat packed in a cardboard box. Don't panic, because you know, I know when you build furniture, that's a big project, right? With Origami, watch this. All I'm going to do, Ty, open the sides. I'm going to turn it around so you folks at home can see this. There's a patented toggle right there. I'm going to push that through, push it down. The bottom of this is now stable. I can spin this around, flip the top over, and we are done. That was the entire assembly process. Now, Ty, important question. Do you want wheels or do you not want wheels? And I'll tell you why that's important. Which one is you? Which one are you?
Yeah, right, exactly. I love the wheels because, you know, I like to move it around, right? Or
Sure.
I don't have a lot of space, so if things are stacked, Lou, I got to be able to move it out of the way to get to something. I love it.
I'm with you on that one. See, all of mine have wheels on it, but if you want to get the maximum weight capacity out of these, let's talk about it for a second. When you put the wheels on it, it raises these about 3 inches. We give you 4 wheels, 2 of them are locking wheels, but you do have the choice to use them or not. If you use them, it raises at 3 inches. We recommend you limit yourself to 75 pounds per shelf. That's 300 pounds, though, still, that you can move around. I can't think of any other way I'm moving 300 pounds around, okay? But without the wheels, you can go up to the maximum weight capacity of 250 pounds per shelf. 4 shelves, that's 1,000 pounds, and that's a half a ton that you can store on one of these without the wheels.
That's amazing. And when you look at it, it still has this lean profile, right?
Yes.
If you do have it indoors, it's not like it's coming way out of the wall. It's a lean profile. But to hold all of that weight because it's constructed so well. Now remember, this isn't this day only price. Again, huge customer pick. You can check out those reviews. $124.95. Take advantage of those 5 flexible payments. Lou, can I ask you a favor real quick?
Sure.
I think we hear the phrase powder coated steel, and I know I know that means it's tough, it's scratch resistant. Can you maybe explain that to us and why that's important?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know, a lot of furniture, when they say it's steel, they just paint it, okay? And when you just paint something, the paint kind of just, you know, you've seen paint dry, you know, if you've sat and watched it dry, you know that
Yes.
when it's on there, it's not that hard to get it off. When you powder coat something, powder coating is an electromagnetic process where they put electrodes on the steel and then they spray it with the powder coating material, and it literally wraps around every little millimeter, every little section of this. It even goes up into the voids. So when we say that, you know, this is powder coated and it's going to be chip resistant and scratch resistant and corrosion resistant, it's not that the metal suddenly magically became rust proof. It doesn't. But it's so completely coated with the powder coating material that nothing can get at it to cause the corrosion, which is why I say use it indoors, use it outdoors. You know, if you live in a saltwater environment, don't worry about it. In the laundry room, if you've ever had, you know, in the laundry room, noticed when your bleach spills or, you know, the detergent gets on stuff, it might start to eat away at the metal if you've got wire shelves or something. Not going to happen with Origami. This is the real deal when you're talking about steel. And Ty, the other thing with this, too, to consider, you were talking about the profile. The shelves on these are 18 inches deep. When you add in the posts on the side, the total depth of this is 21 inches. So that's how far it's going to stand off of a wall this way. 18 inches here, 21 inches here. Each shelf is 3 feet across this way. So that's how I get the 12 linear feet of storage that you're getting. But remember, at the end of the day, if I'm not using this, if it's empty, it doesn't have to take up that floor space. 4 inches straight across, just like that.
It's amazing to watch you do that with such ease. And you know, I need to give an update real quick because the white is very popular right now. I do love that white. I do love that if you're using it in the bathroom or in the utility room or even somewhere in your home against those white walls. Even if you're using it for decor, whatever you're putting on it kind of pops out from that white. It's a great clean look, but that's very popular right now. I want to let everybody know people are jumping on that white. Again, today it's $124.95. Without the wheels, you're putting 1,000 pounds of storage, even with the wheels. To be able to roll this around in these swivel casters, I mean, just take a look at these swivel caster wheels. You're going to wheel around 300 pounds of your storage. So if you do have a small garage space and you're having to kind of stack stuff and you want to be able to move things out of the way, or you have that storage unit that you want to maximize that space in your storage unit, but still get to the things that you need to get to, this is a great way to that 300 pounds, and a couple of these wheels have locks on them so you can lock those wheels into place. Lou, I know your wife is a crafter. My wife is a maker as well, and she goes out to farmers markets and sets up her stuff. And when I saw you fold that up, I thought of kind of sliding that in the back of my SUV, in the back of my truck. She could take this with her, set it up, right? If people watching today, if they're crafters or they're makers, or they're going to go set up a display, it folds up so easy you could slide it into the back of your car and take it with you.
Oh yeah, a lot of people do. They go to flea markets, they go to art shows, they go to craft fairs, they go to all these things. We have a good friend named Brenda who's an artist that paints glassware. She has a bunch that she takes with her to every show she does to show her wares. This right here, I stole from my wife Kelly's craft closet, which is in the other room over here. It's her craft room, you know, by day craft room, by night guest bedroom. So, you know, but when she's working on a project, rather than making 100 trips back and forth to go get everything she needs, she's got everything right there table side, so she can just reach for things and take them. And you know, I just want to point out how incredibly organized my wife is. You know, this is not.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I mean, it's Ty, it's labeled. These are labeled.
Okay, goodness.
So but that's the thing, is you can get organized easily. And I'm not going to lie to you. There's a lot of stuff on here. This is heavy, but look how easily I can glide this around on the floor here. I mean, that's part of the whole Origami myth, is that, you know what, you're getting the powder coated steel, you're getting the excellent wheels on these, and then when you're not using it, if this was empty, I could just put it away. Simple.
Yeah, just put it away. I love that. It is a crafting room on wheels. So if you're shopping with me this morning and you heard me say, I'm going to help you get organized, and you're looking around the home, kind of room to room, you're like, where do I put this stuff? First of all, use that vertical space. Vertical space, so useful. It's something that a lot of us don't think about. We look kind of left and right. Things end up on the floor, and again, you're having to get low. Maybe you're having to get down inside somewhere in the back of a cabinet. Now put it up where you can see it, put it up at eye level where it's easy to grab, like right there in the laundry room. Even if your laundry room is your garage, which a lot of us have our stuff out in the garage, we're not getting down low to get all the things that we need. We're gonna put it right up here on the shelf. Or maybe even heavier items, right? You can put that weight on there. Or the kitchen. Maybe you've been shopping with us here lately and you got that air fryer or you got that KitchenAid mixer, whatever it is. You got those items and you can't wait to use them, and you get them home and you're like, I don't know quite where to put these. I don't want to store them away and I don't have the counter space. This would be a perfect place to put this in that breakfast nook, or maybe it's in the pantry, wherever it is, to put those kitchen items. So get this home, get creative. People love to buy multiple of these. They love these. Read the reviews. $124.95. Now this is a this day only price. Only today for $124.95. So this is your opportunity to get some of that origami that you've always heard about, or maybe upgrade those shelves. Lou, we're always thinking about building permanent shelves. And I don't think we have to do that anymore. We don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to think like, I have to decide exactly where I want it. I got to hire somebody to come in. It's got to be perfect.
Right.
You really don't have to worry. You don't have to have that stress anymore when you have something like this.
No, you don't. And that's the thing about this is when you think about building furniture, it's a project. It's something that, we'll leave the box sitting there for weeks before we build a piece of furniture. With origami, within minutes, you're going to have usable shelving. And the other thing, Ty, is that when you build traditional shelving, the furniture you've got to put together, you can't move it around. With origami, you can move it. You can use it for storage. You could use it, or like I'm doing here. You wouldn't build two shelves next to each other like this unless they were back to back. Right. I can do 3, 4, 5 of these in a row and still get to anything I need just by rolling one of the shelves out. And I always tell the story about, if you were out in my garage right now, you would see that I've got them. If you looked at it, it's just nothing but origami shelves, and they're side by side by side by side. Same thing with my storage unit. All right, when I had a storage unit, I had 3 across, 2 rows worth, so 6 of these in there. It saved me from getting a second storage unit, number one, because I was using all that vertical storage that I'm paying for anyway. And then the other thing was that I could, wheel everything out into the hallway when I needed to access something instead of going in there and tripping over stuff all the time. So it just makes your life so much easier, Ty, and it relieves that stress from the mess.
Yeah, stress from the mess. Ladies and gentlemen, a quote from Lou Caputo. That's why you tune in. And and again, let's be clear. We're talking about how sturdy, how strong, how useful, but it's not difficult to put together. The hardest thing is going to be getting it out of the box. It pops right open, the top comes down, and when we think, Lou, we think about some other stores. We have particular stores in mind where we're thinking about furniture, we're thinking about shelves. First of all, how impossible they are to put together because there's so many different steps and it doesn't make sense. And then a lot of times we go to put any amount of weight on there and they crumble beneath us. We've all had that experience. We've all been frustrated with those items, this sturdiness of this, but at the same time, how easy it is when you get it home. You're going to open it right up and you're going to start putting things on it pretty immediately. It's going to take you longer to get it out of the box.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, I think most people will never use this to the full weight capacity. If you think about half a ton that you can put on one of these, what do you have that actually weighs that much? I mean, on mine, in my garage, I've had cinder blocks on mine, I've had pavers on mine, I've had firewood on mine. I have loaded these things down like crazy, and I guarantee you I still didn't hit the maximum weight capacity on these. So this, origami kind of overdoes everything. Like, these are way stronger than they really need to be. The powder coating is way better than paint. The wheels that are on these are better than they probably need to be. So when you get these home, you're going to look at them. Don't think of them as traditional shelving. Think of them as furniture. Think of them as storage. Store decor is what we call them. Use them anywhere you want. Oh, and you were talking about certain stores where you go buy furniture. If you've ever gone to a store where the first part of their name is office, okay, you're going to pay a lot of money. Just for a shelf, because it's an office shelf now all of a sudden. So now suddenly the price went up. Guess what? You could use these in your office, especially with so many people working from home these days. These things are just amazing to have in your home office. Really are. And then, Ty, if you go back to work, you're going back to the office, guess what? Use it somewhere else in the house or fold it up and take it away.
Yeah, that's great. I love these items that give you They give you the power, they give you the creativity to do what you want with them. So many times we go into those stores that you're referring to, and the thing you're gonna purchase does one thing. It takes up a lot of space, it does one thing, it's kind of oddly shaped, it's meant for one thing. That's one thing that Origami does really well. They make it sturdy, they make it easy to put together, and then you get to decide where you use it, how much you put on it. You know, you're talking about being out in the garage and the weight you put on it. I'm thinking about kind of the gardening stuff when you go, matter of fact, we got a gardening show coming up next with Guy, and you think about kind of how heavy some of that stuff can be, and a lot of times we're putting it on the ground. So now we're trying to get down on the ground to pick some of this stuff up. You put it up here, and 300 pounds of it you can wheel around. Don't carry that stuff. Don't try to lift that stuff. Keep it right here in the garage. It's protected with that powder-coated steel, and those heavy things, sometimes those bags of soil are incredibly heavy, right? And you're trying to carry that around. You put that right here on that. That's one of the uses. Maybe it's your tools. Maybe it is the home office, indoors, outside by the pool. There's always stuff outside. And I love the greenery idea, putting the plants on there. You can just water them right on here, Lou. You can put your plants on here and just water them. You're not going to hurt this thing.
No, you know what? That's part of the genius of the design of this, and that's why they went with the wire shelves on these, because airflow can go through, water can drain. I mean, you know, when you think about it, it might be the perfect shelf tie. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, I don't think that's too far out on a limb, Lou. I think that's a pretty safe bet. So today, you can pick up this perfect shelf for $124.95. Today is your chance. So again, read those customer picks. I dare you to try to read all of them. It'd be 2,700 perfect 5-star review. Read those reviews. It's a huge customer pick, and today it's $124.95. So if you are looking for that storage solution, if you've been watching HSN, and you've been watching Origami, and you think, oh, should I? Today is your opportunity. Or if you're shopping with us for the very first time, I love to say that when it comes to best reviewed products, Origami is on the Mount Rushmore of HSN. It is definitely one of the big four that gets reviewed so well all the time because of the creativity, because of where you can put it, because of the wheels and the construction and how easy it is. So $124.95 today. Let me go over the colors with you real quickly again, because we only have a few seconds here. The one that I've been standing next to, this is the bronze, but most limited here. This bronze is very limited, only 240. That's it, only 240 left in the bronze. That's it. But right behind there, what you're seeing